Hey, it's Ryan Gillard and welcome to my channel. Now I'm just starting up my channel and I shot this video back in January of this year, so January 2024. And at the time I wasn't planning on making a channel like this and content like this. So this video is maybe not totally optimized for this, but it still shows you how cool of a place Puerto Galera is. And if you're not sure where this is, if you fly into Manila, you drive maybe 2 to 3 hours to the south coast and then take an hour ferry to the island of Mindoro, and you land in a place called Batangas. And from there, it's probably maybe 20 minutes by taxi to Sabang. That's where I was staying. And I stayed at the Big Apple Dive Resort. And this is definitely one of the coolest places that you can dive in the Philippines. Now, there's all sorts of great diving spots in the Philippines, but this one's very accessible. It's easy to get to on a day trip from Manila. And going forward, I'll have more content like this, so please like and subscribe and enjoy. And this video that you see here, this is from the ferry terminal in Puerto Galera on the way to Sabang, which is the tourist area. So Puerto Galera is kind of like the generic name for this whole region, but there are different towns here and there. And Puerto Galera is kind of like the local city. It's not very touristy. And most people will go elsewhere, like to White Beach or to Sabang. That's where I was at. Sabang's more of like the scuba diving center. And you can see Puerto Galera town on the top center of the image. And then the taxi ride takes you down to the coast where you can see all the different dive sites. And I stayed at the Big Apple Dive Resort. And here is a video just taking you through the resort. I was coming from Canada, so I was so jet lagged, and it looks like it's kind of quiet and dead at the moment, but this was like 6 a.m. I think everyone was sleeping, and I was so jet lagged that I couldn't sleep, so I was just out and about and just filming the resort. Very cool place. It kind of reminds me of like one part a dive resort, one part like a British pub, and it was in an oasis, like it was a bit of a jungle atmosphere. Very interesting place. Excellent staff. I would highly recommend it. And the dive boat was maybe like a 2 to 3 minute walk. So it was very close to the shore. And it was just a very good experience that I had here. So the main motivation to go to Puerto Galera was for scuba diving. The Philippines is definitely a diving mecca, and not a bad price as well. I think I paid for 10 dives, and I believe it was like 11,000 Philippines pesos, which I believe works out to like $200 US or like 250, 260 Canadian dollars. Very good price and fantastic diving, and it's very accessible. You can do one dive, go back to the shop, relax for a bit, then do another one. You're not taking a long trip out to the dive sites. You can throw a rock at some of these dive sites. They're that close. And again, diving was fantastic. the next day of diving was pretty cool. We did 2 dives. The first one called Kimina Drift. And this was cool because there was a bunch of sea snakes here. And it's been a while since I've seen a sea snake. Most of my diving lately has been in the Caribbean, which doesn't have sea snakes. So this was it was just very cool. And the next dive we saw, it was called Hole in the Wall. And we saw this big octopus that was almost walking like a human on the bottom. And I didn't get my camera out quite fast enough, so it went into like a little crevice. I got some videos still, but not as it was walking around. It kind of startled me. It looked like an alien kind of walking on the bottom floor. Very interesting. All right, we're done here. And next up, on the same trip, I did spend some time in Manila, so I will make a video about my time there. And in the past, in 2007, I spent about 5 months living in Manila on a student exchange. So I'm quite familiar with it, and I'll give you all the pros and cons of spending some time in Manila. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.